I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, and today we are doing something special. We are having a special edition of our Monday show that will be on Wednesday. So how's that? This is going to be a show all about Rodgers, Stein, Chiropractic and CASA and what they're doing together and have been doing for years together, but they're having a special event coming up this Saturday, and they want everybody to know about it, Patient Appreciation Day. So my guests today are Dr. Ariana Molina, and she is from Rodgers, Stein Chiropractic. And then I have recruiting manager for CASA Child Advocates, Shellie Tyrrell. And they're going to tell us about the event and then also everything about where they work and what they do and more about it so that we know. So let's start off first and talk about the event. So there's an event, Patient Appreciation Day, from 7:30 to noon on Saturday. And that's going to be at 3303 West Davis Street, which is easy to find because it's right by Taco Bell. There's that little plaza there. It's across the street from Conroe High School. I mean, it's right there across the street. And you're going to have a lot of fun things. What are you going to have over there, Dr. Molina?
So, like you said, we'll be there from 7:30 to 12. We're going to have activity for the kids. So if you're worried about what am I going to do with the kids, bring the kids. There's going to be face painting. We're going to have games for them. We're also going to have yoga classes, Tabata classes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Zumba classes.
Okay, so everybody's going to be out moving.
Yes, and we'll have breakfast. So bring the family. We're giving out tickets for a raffle. So we're giving out first place, second place, and third place prizes. So if you come in, we'll give you a ticket. The more of activities that you do, if you visit CASA, the CASA booth will even give you more tickets, so increasing chances to win.
So you got to go visit everything, and you got to play to win, more or less.
Pretty much, yep.
Okay, so you get like a game card to see that you've checked all the different places. Well, that sounds really cool. And you have inflatables, right? Don't you have like a moonwalk, or did you not have that?
No, we won't have that.
Okay, so you don't have that. But you're doing this, if you're a new patient, like always, you're giving that back to CASA, right?
Yes. So for a $25 donation to CASA, the person can receive a complimentary adjustment. If they're an established patient, or if they're not, then they'll get a complimentary new patient exam, which
Wonderful.
all of it goes to CASA.
And why CASA?
Well, one, we want to help just the kids. A lot of the patients have actually become worked with CASA, become advocates, and helping the kids in the foster system.
And I know you guys are all about kids. I mean, you have your dress-up days.
Oh, yes.
Theme parties, which comes back to this one. This is a luau, too, isn't it?
Yes.
So y'all will be wearing, I'm assuming, leis, and it'll be that Hawaiian whole motif theme going on.
Right.
Which will be fun and get everybody ready for the summertime kind of thing. And it's good. I mean, you guys treat babies all the way up to people older than me, right?
Yes, all
and you
ages.
adjust them. Or the moms before they've had the baby.
Yep. Yes,
Prenatal.
ma'am. Absolutely.
And what is that called? What you do to help them with a better labor?
We use the Webster technique.
Correct. Yes.
All of the doctors there are certified. So we see anywhere from before birth, after birth, just like you said.
And that helps in labor because it helps loosen your pelvic, I'm assuming, and your back, and all of that gets everything adjusted so
better
it prepares
alignment.
you for having a delivery of the baby. And then they come in after they're born and you treat them. I know some babies that have been treated by y'all. So that's terrific. All right, CASA. So you're giving back to CASA. Child advocates, special advocates.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, so first of all, CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and we advocate for kids in foster care. We are a primarily volunteer group, and let's see. Last program year, we served over 600 children in Montgomery County with approximately 300 advocates. And
That's
so
a lot.
we really are blessed that we have all these people coming forward. We've been able to keep up with serving 100% of the kids in Montgomery County with a volunteer advocate.
So that's all CPS kids in Montgomery County.
Correct. These children have been removed due to abuse and neglect and in the home, and they're placed in care either with a foster parent or with a relative. And then the judge actually assigns a volunteer to that child or sibling set, and that's us. And we really assist CPS in making sure that this child is being well cared for. And we're just so grateful for people like Rodgers, Stein's, chiropractic clinic. They're just amazing. And I must say, I've attended some of their patient appreciation festivals.
Fun, huh?
They're so much fun. Like, they've got so much going on and like fun for the whole family. So we really appreciate being a part of these events. But we are at CASA. We're always looking for volunteers. We keep having children enter into the foster care system.
Sad but true.
Unfortunately, we're all about family reunification whenever possible, so we're trying to assist in that ultimate goal. Yeah.
So there's a training program involved too. You don't just say, okay, I'm ready, and then you send them here, go take a child.
Correct. And so there's lots of things. People don't come forward because they think they don't have the background to do it. You don't necessarily have to be in social work or have a law background or criminal justice. None of that is necessary. We thoroughly prepare you with our training program. And a lot of it's over Zoom. It has been. We're actually just trying to do a little bit of the training in person, coming together in a safe way, and then also still continuing on Zoom. So we really prepare people to do this volunteer work, and everyone thinks it takes a long time, a lot out of your time, and it's
You're talking about once you're trained?
Once you're trained, once you actually become an advocate and you get sworn in by the judge, it's really only 8 to 10 hours a month. And people don't understand that. They think it's going to be a large, chunk of their time, and it really isn't. We volunteer to go and visit the child once a month in their placement, and we kind of act as a little bit of a mentor, but we're very objective, look at the case and trying to decide what's the best possible outcome for this child. And we're reaching out to the relatives. We reach out to the teachers. We keep in contact with their therapists because all these children have experienced trauma. So they're really, immediately put into therapy, and we're following along with that. We're following along with the CPS caseworker and, making sure we're in touch with the parents and kind of being their cheerleaders and hoping that they're doing what they need to do to get their children
So
back.
you're basically the liaison, and the court listens to what you say because you're more neutral, so to speak.
Yes.
With the best interests of the child.
Yeah, that is correct. Exactly. And Judge Tucker in Montgomery County is over the majority of these cases right now, and she is just awesome. She really does appreciate our recommendations, and she understands we know a lot about the case. So she was really looking forward to our recommendations, as well as everyone else that's involved in the case.
So you have about 300 volunteers, you said.
Correct.
And I'll bet you still need more, right?
Yes, we do. Every week we have more kids coming into foster care. So we are always looking for new volunteers to train, and we just want to keep up with serving 100% of the kids.
Do you have like a training time right now, or do they first need to go through the process and, let's say, be vetted to be a volunteer?
Right, correct. And so there is an application on our website. Our website is CASAspeaks4kids.com. And we look for your application. We then contact you. We do a little interview over Zoom. And, yeah, you have to go through the background checks. You have to be able to, do a little bit of computer work and, of course, drive to visit the child once a month. And you have to be 21 years of age. And so once we see your application, then it's up to you when you want to jump into training. We have training every month, a series of 3 4-hour classes. And then it's a lot of reading and video on your own time. So you jump into training when you're able to, and it's able to accommodate your schedule. And then you get to choose your own case, which is really, important for people because our program director will send you a little description of this child and their situation. And people are always telling me, this case chose me. And so then they go forward, and you're paired with a supervisor who's always there to support you, which is awesome. So we're never doing this alone. We're always with our CASA supervisor, and they all have wonderful experience to help guide us. Yeah.
Well, that's good news. When I did it many, many years ago, they said, well, we're going to give you the most difficult cases. And they said, we're going to give you the teenagers. And I was like, whatever. Because I'd already worked at Montgomery County Youth Services, so I dealt with teenagers. And I had some of my own at the same time, which
good experience.
Kind of crazy. No, it was kind of crazy. But, yeah, I dealt with some that had 4 kids with all different fathers. And that was kind of happening a lot at that time. It probably still is periodically. But I know that the court really does listen to you. And in fact, do you guys still go out there and do home assessments?
Yes, we do. So one of the things in the beginning of a case is we're really reaching out to the known relatives. And if there are any suitable relatives, then we're going out and kind of giving a little interview and doing an assessment of our own to make sure that this is a home that we want to recommend to the judge. And so, we guide you through that process. And, sometimes people say, oh, well, Shellie, is this ever, are you ever put in a dangerous situation or something? We are always making appointments when we go out to visit relatives and, wherever they're placed. We're never springing in on anyone unannounced. And, invariably, people are always trying to make it really nice for us, especially if they're interested in having the child placed with them.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, for sure. And, once I had an aunt and uncle who wanted some kids on my case to place them with them. And I said to my supervisor, hey, Patty, I'm going out to Austin to check out this aunt and uncle. And she's like, great, Shellie, I'll drive. When are we leaving? And I just
that's great. That's teamwork.
That is. And they're just always there to support us. And
that's wonderful.
Yeah, so it's really a very supportive volunteer position, and it's very impactful. So.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah. And I've known several people that said, well, they wanted to try it out. What did I think? I said, well, do you like kids and you really want to help them out? It's more of kind of a mentoring kind of thing too, but you're looking out for their best interests. And I think that's why Stacy Rodgers picked this nonprofit and has been with it for many years.
Many years, yes.
Many. I don't know how many. I could throw out a number, 5 years, but it could be more or so.
I think
it's probably at least 5 years.
Correct.
But she does this with patients year round, right? New patients that she'll give $25 back to CASA.
Yep.
So you guys must be doing well, because I know the business there is doing well. The practice is always expanding. I remember when she was in a building on 336 by Margarita and Peppers, kind of down that way, and it was way too small. And then she moved to her existing location, I think so, and then she had to expand there too.
Right. Now she's up to 5 doctors. So yes, we are very, very
absolutely.
busy.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
well,
great.
but there's a reason. If you're that busy and you're having to expand, you must be doing something right.
Right.
Correct.
And it's something that's
and
needed.
then you get some too. CASA gets it. So it's all good for everybody.
It is a win-win. I mean, we're so indebted to Rodgers Stein Chiropractic Clinic. They've supported us, and not only monetarily, but they've also just really spread the word about our need for volunteers throughout the years. And we've had lots of volunteers that have been patients and said, I found out about you through the clinic, and so I've come forward, and it's just awesome. We can't thank them enough.
Well, she's very community oriented.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know that she's a lifetime sponsor of the Montgomery County Fair, and she's a premier member of the Conroe Chamber. She was the initial person involved with Montgomery County Association of Businesswomen, MCABW, and then she does other things.
Awesome.
I don't know, you might know, but I know she's very busy. And kids and youth are kind of, she helps people of all ages, but she's really into kids. She really likes that. So you were talking about, you've been to some of the theme days, and they have like hero and pajama and I don't know.
Yeah, all kinds of different themes, and it's just really fun, and just I've done a lot of community events and at doctors' offices and stuff, and somehow they end up having just like so much fun at these events, but also getting some serious, doctoring done and some evaluations
Well, and
done
that's
on
sometimes the way to
patients
get to kids,
at
right?
the
So that
same
they
time.
feel safe.
Yeah, true.
Right.
You know?
We'll have those kids days where it literally we'll close the afternoon for only kids, and we see a lot of kids will have, like you said, theme days. So pajama day and and like beach day. So we all dress up.
Yeah, and everybody dresses up. Yeah, you all have to play.
Yep.
So we're going to take a little break, but before we do, I just want to mention that the radio show is sponsored by Rodgers, Stein, Chiropractic and Team Sinisi, Keller Williams, and we so appreciate Rodgers, Stein, Chiropractic for the sponsorship. So we're going to take a little break, and we'll come right back. And I am Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News.
Since 2004, Rodgers Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Rodgers Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rodgers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit RodgersSteinChiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
And we are back. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, and this is a special edition. And we're sitting here talking about the Rodgers Stein Chiropractic event and that is happening this Saturday, May 15th from 7:30 in the morning till noon at 3303 West Davis in Conroe. And their relationship with CASA, court-appointed special advocates, CASA Speaks for Kids, and why they do that. They give $25 back to every new patient, and that's ongoing all the time, but this is a special event, so if you want to come out there to their event on Saturday, it still applies. It's $25. Lots of fun activities for the kids, activities for the adults, lots of things to do, and you can win prizes. But after the event is over, tell me what you like about what you do, because you're a chiropractic physician and you went to school. Where did you go to school?
I went to Texas Chiropractic College in Pasadena.
Okay.
Yep. And I've been there for almost 2 years now. And just working with Dr. Rodgers and with some of the other doctors that have been there for years, it really helps when, seeing cases that, maybe are a little bit more rare. And so we use things like the Cox technique, which anybody that has any type of sciatica, disc herniations, failed back surgeries, or just, maybe the other type of adjustment techniques aren't the right ones for them. So we use things like that.
And that way it alleviates surgery, invasive surgery.
And things like that as well. And we see, just like you mentioned earlier, anywhere from babies to any age pretty much, and even before birth. So pregnant women, we do use the Webster technique, again, which helps the alignment of the spine and making sure the delivery is as smooth as possible.
Right. And you're the Spanish-speaking doctor, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's the other one?
Dr. Martha Manzanares.
Yes, Dr. Martha. I remember. Yeah. Yes, now.
Yeah, so there's two of us there that speak Spanish.
But everybody is certified in everything that they do and working on anyone. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Everybody's the same, and she makes sure that
Yes.
you get the best quality attention. for your specific needs because everybody's trained.
Correct.
Now, did you intern with her as well?
I did intern with her. I met her a long time ago when I was still a student.
Oh, that's
still
nice.
kept in touch. I would go and shadow, and I would intern with her whenever I had breaks, and then eventually just joined
So
the
did you
team.
grow up in Conroe?
No, I'm from Alvin.
From Alvin?
Alvin,
And then how did you know about the practice, about interning?
When I was a student at Texas Chiropractic
In Pasadena?
in Pasadena,
Okay.
yes, she
Very
went
good.
down there, and
Okay.
that's where
Wow.
I met her.
Okay, because I know she takes in a lot of interns.
Oh yes, there's like an
She
intern,
likes
yes.
mentoring.
There's like almost like an intern a
So,
week.
yeah, so that's why it's perfect with CASA, because that's
Mm-hmm.
what you guys do, kind of. You work with kids and kind of mentor them and give them stability,
We
right?
sure do. And I mean, I think it's a great relationship because it's all about strengthening communities in different ways. You know, we really are, you know, just trying to strengthen families in Montgomery County. And so the Rodgers Stein Chiropractic Clinic is about that too, you know, health and wellness. And I mean, at CASA, we're really trying to strengthen families, get them on the right track, help CPS to provide them with resources that they need, you know, to really put their children as their priority first, and reunify families whenever possible.
Well, that's always the goal, right? I mean, sometimes you have children and you're not ready to have it, or you don't know the proper way to parent, let's say, or let's say your previous life, you know, was not great, so you don't know. So you have to be trained
Right,
of
true.
what to do and what are the resources and things like that. And CASA helps families. They don't want to take the kids away, but they just want the children to be safe.
Correct. And so sometimes this is just the timeout that families need, that individuals need to, you know, put their priorities first and to, you know, possibly, you know, deal with mental health issues or to deal with addiction issues.
Whatever it is.
And get on the right path so that they can be proper parents
Right.
and raise their children. And so we're excited at CASA. We have a new executive director on board, Anne Marie Ronsman, and she is absolutely wonderful. She is fully prepared to lead us into the next phase of helping support children and families in foster care. And we are really helping to spread proper training for practitioners and volunteers who are helping these families in trauma-based informed practice. And so I know that Stacy Rodgers and the clinic is also, you know, really supportive of us because of that and just trying to move forward and really help families. Yeah.
Very nice. So your new executive director, is she local or where did she come
Yes,
from?
she's absolutely local. She was she's been an advocate for many years.
Oh, well then it's perfect.
Yeah, even longer than
Okay.
I have. But her background is in nursing and leading nurses. She also is an adoptive and biological mother. They've got a big family, and so
she's just a good fit.
Yeah, she's absolutely perfect. And she was an amazing trainer. She really shaped up our training for our CASA volunteers. And now she's been able to step up into the executive director role. So
it makes sense. It was growth within the organization.
for sure. And
Okay.
That's usually what we're all about. We often will have supervisors, like we just had one that moved away with her husband being relocated. And so or sometimes we have supervisors who retire. And so we're always trying to promote within, you know, if there are advocates who have good background and good training to be those supervisors for us, then we're promoting
Like
them
yourself.
as well.
Like
Yeah,
yourself, right?
Exactly. I started out as an advocate. I know. And I mean, Margie, I made so much of a difference on my first case. When I walked out of the courtroom the 5th month on my case, I was like, everyone needs to do this, you know, for one case, just to make a difference.
Because you can really see the
You can
difference.
see
Because
the impact
the
that
judge
you make.
listens to you.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. And you know, there's not always great outcomes. I mean, we hope to get them on a permanency path, but I'm saying there's not always appropriate relatives for kids to be placed with. And so sometimes it does have to go to unrelated adoption, but that's really after all other options have been exhausted. statistically, children will do better if they're placed with family members that are in foster care. So that's why it's our main goal.
It's exciting, huh? Every day is exciting.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's always a challenge. Always a challenge.
So, Dr. Molina, what else can you tell me about Rodgers Stein Chiropractic?
Well, one, we can see a lot of the community with having Spanish-speaking doctors, Spanish-speaking staff, front desk, and of course we also speak English, and I have other doctors.
English is good.
English is good, right? Yeah.
I do know Spanish, so I guess I'm okay.
Right. So, and we're open Monday through Saturday, so we have a lot of availability. So, trying to help as many people as we can.
How late do you stay open?
Monday through Friday to about 6.
Okay.
And then we're there in the mornings on Saturdays. Yeah. I've had people drive from Tomball saying this is the only chiropractic place that was open today. So
Well, and she really cares.
right,
She's
that
very
too.
genuine.
She is. Yeah.
You know, she doesn't just come in and goodbye and all that. She stays with you. Some people
yes.
I know have been with her for a very long time, and I'm sure you have different people that you work with, and patients, and all the doctors do, because they connect with them, and they probably know some of your personal life, or they know you know their personal life, and I mean, but that relationship makes them feel comfortable mentally too, that they're going to somebody that will help them stay healthy, right? Because isn't it?
Yes, I've seen.
It's all about health.
Right. And
Mental,
I've seen
physical.
some of Dr. Rodgers' patients whenever she's not there, and they're like, oh, I've been seeing her for 10 plus years. I'm like, that's awesome. So, yes.
Well, it speaks.
Yeah.
Just like CASA speaks.
That's right.
There you go. Another correlation.
Well, and I was wondering, you know, I don't have any particular spine issues or anything, but is there also a place for like preventative? Because I know I am getting older, and I didn't know if that's something, you know, that you all can help with too, just spine alignment and such.
Absolutely. So we'll have do a lot of wellness. I mean,
That's awesome.
I always tell the patients that come in for more like a wellness, they're my favorite type of patient, because
There's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong. We try to prevent when the big.
How often
the big
should you
issues.
go into the chiropractor on a normal schedule for wellness?
For wellness? It depends on it varies. Depends on how, you know, what conditions you've had before, your spine itself. So with that, we
fair.
will take X-rays.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Yeah, and she can take the X-rays right there,
Right.
and get immediate answers.
Yes. So
And then you get on a plan, whoever doctor you're working with, you get on a plan of how often you come in, right? Whether it's once a week or twice a week or
Correct.
3 times a week, whatever, or twice a month. I don't know.
yeah, it just depends on the condition, on the patient,
And
all
that
of
could change.
And that can change. Correct. Yes.
And you all take insurance, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Most insurance.
Most major insurance and cash plans, all of that.
Cash is always good too.
Yes.
Cash and English.
Cash in English.
They're handy. Okay, so RodgersSteinChiropractic.com, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Rodgers Stein,
You
yep.
look a little quizzical.
Yes, I was like, yes, Rodgers Stein.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
3033 West Davis, and it is Saturday, May 15th. You don't have to have an appointment. You just show up anytime between 7:30 and noon to join the fun, join the activities, do yoga or one of the other activities that I probably can't do. And kids will have fun. And how do they connect with you?
Yeah, I think the easiest way is to go to our website, which is CASA, C-A-S-A, speaks, the number 4, kids.com. And you can either email us, or you can jump right in and send in an application. You know, there's other ways to volunteer with us too. Maybe you're not able to be an advocate at this particular time. Maybe you don't have 8 to 10 hours a month to volunteer, but there's other committees that we can put you on.
You have events.
And we have events. We're always looking for volunteer help for them. So yeah, please check out our website and see how you can get involved.
Do you have an upcoming event?
We are getting ready already for our superhero fun run, which is in the fall. And in between then, we have lots of events going on for our advocates. We do advocate volunteer appreciation days, and we're having an ice cream social coming up, and we have lots of ongoing training for our advocates, so we're always
There's always something.
planning events along
Yes.
the way. Yes. And now trainings and such aren't necessarily all going to be virtual. We are slowly starting, like our ice cream social is in the courtyard, so we're trying to do outside events and things like that. So, but yeah, we're always looking for people to be a part of our superhero fun run committee. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any parting words
Well,
from either one of you?
Come on out
Yeah,
this
come out.
Saturday.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you, and I appreciate the update. And again, this is a special edition for special people. CASA and Rodgers Stein Chiropractic. We'll
Thank
see you
Margie.
Saturday.
Thanks, Margie.
Thank you.